Hello dear friends, this is the second video I am making about the heat wave that is really killing almost people here. Yes, so far more than 1300 people have been officially declared dead in Europe because of the heat wave. That does not include actually many of the people like old people and sick people who are dying because of the heat because they cannot bear, but they are not counted immediately because of the heat, but only as sick people and maybe eventually their number may be counted. So, this heat wave is relentless and is not giving any respite to people. We had thought, and as the weather forecast had said, that probably this heat wave will not last long, but it is going on and on. And I want to tell you that our houses in Europe are not built actually for such heat. If you look at the ceilings, you will find that no ceiling here has fans. I am just showing you the different ceilings. For example, now I am entering a hall. This is a hall, for example, where a seminar is taking place. For example, now this is a hall which is a hall for seminar and things like that. But you know, again, if you look at the ceiling, there are no fans. So, buildings here are not meant for such extreme heat. When you realize, you see the whole ceiling here, you see no fan, you see no table fan, you see no ceiling fan, no table fan, no side fan in the whole hall. So, all that you have to depend on is to keep this door open, for example. So, this door is kept open, but outside the heat is so strong, as you can see here, the sun, though here in the shadow it may be a little better, but you see this heat here in the outside. So, what can they do? There is no cool breeze coming here, though there is breeze here, but this breeze is not cool. So, they are also trying to close down windows. So, my dear friends, it is very important for people to understand how difficult it is here in Europe for people to live. Again, I show you here, for example, is another ceiling, and this is an office that is closed, so I cannot enter here, but I wanted to show you also this is an office, for example, and see, you can see the ceiling in this office here. This is the office at the, where the forte where people come, but you see on the ceiling absolutely no fans. So, these buildings are not meant actually for heat. Now, for example, even here, in this country, mostly there are double doors. One door is this, which I open, and then there is another door. Why? Because in winter, the cold is so much that they try to prevent the cold coming from outside inside. So, there are two doors. One door is here. This one, for example, this is the first door which I open to outside world, and then this closes here, and immediately there is a second door. You see, this is the second door. So, oh gosh, so, oh, this is now closed. I am very sorry. What to do now? I will have to find another way, but you can see this, people are not at all used to having this heat, and people are really suffering so much in the heat. And I suppose there will find some way, and constantly the radio and television are informing people to keep. And here is a secretary. Of course, she is dressed now in her summer. This thing, she is here at the fourth summer look of Biliana. Yeah, so people are, of course, suffering from the heat and trying to find some way of coping with the heat. And I also mentioned to you the other day that when we go out into the heat, our skin gets dark much faster. So not that we want to keep ourselves fair, not that, but there is a direct effect of this heat. And I can tell you personally, even though I am an Indian, but having lived here 11 years, I am having a very peculiar feeling in my skin. I don't know, I think it is mainly due to the heat that I am experiencing. And as I told you, there are no fans. So radio and television are constantly informing people not to go out, to drink more and more water, and to keep somehow yourself cool so that you don't get sick. And hospitals, of course, are getting filled because of the heat strokes that people are getting. And I suppose we will soon overcome. They are saying that within the next 2 or 3 days there will be rain and thunder, so this heat may be might be brought under control. And I wish you all the very best, and I hope you too are taking care of yourself. Thank you.